Guten Tag, my name is DMAD, and welcome to the first episode of Kingsnake Canyon Zoo. So, the reason I'm doing Kingsnake Canyon Zoo is, I have After Paddock Zoo, which we will be continuing on this series, but I wanted to get a more simpler version of content out for the channel. The problem with After Paddock Zoo is that it takes a lot more effort and research, and it's more time consuming. I mean, it took me forever to get all the sources for the Okapi video. If you haven't seen it, I suggest going and watching it. But it took me forever to get all those sources, and then to edit things together to get all the quotes. And I'm not going to be doing that show one animal at a time. I'm actually probably going to be doing them multiple animals at a time. Just so I can get through all the species quicker. But I wanted something more simpler regarding Planet Zoo. I wanted something more simpler to make. And I thought, well, I would make something that has to do with, testing the boundaries of Planet Zoo. Seeing what I can do. I've seen all these creative things on social media, and I thought, well, I want to try something. So that's what Kingsnake Canyon is. So, and we will still be doing After Paddock Zoo. I have to do the research. I filmed, I think, all of the second episode. I just need to do all the research. It's going to be over carnivores. There's your hint. So, and if you do have a species you want to see, leave in the comments. But same with this. If you want to see a certain habitat, because this is going to be a more laid back series. So, let me tell you what Kingsnake Canyon is about. Kingsnake Canyon is set in Arizona, hence the desert that you see, and it's just mainly one of DMAT's biological department's base zoos. So it's also somewhere that we can test heat, because I usually do animals' resistance to heat and ways to innovate with that. So, and it's not going to be the last zoo that we do. I have so many zoos planned, both in this and in Minecraft, and they're all really creative and big idea zoos. But Kingsnake Canyon, its main two goals is to serve as a buffer for content, and also to see what I can do with Planet Zoo. So if you have any suggestions, let me know. So yeah, I also did a textured map on this zoo. So there's sand dunes and all that. So right now, what you should be seeing on screen is I'm building a visitor center. So you get your tickets. You're gonna walk across a bridge or across the moat, and then you come into here, and it's Arizona heat and it's hot as heck. You don't want to be in that. So that's what this place is. You got your we'll cover that when it comes up, but you're gonna have little seating areas, kind of like Grand Central Station kind of thing. All the trash cans. See, you got your ATMs. Trying to think what I wanted to put in there, because I want to have food. Also, I need to work on my building. So, but I'm covering those up with some nice little gardens. So right here, gotta have the bathroom. So this will be the first stop for a bathroom, if you need to use it before going to the rest of the zoo. Fixing that up. And so this episode is also going to be the first habitat in Kingsnake Canyon. Like I said, if you have any suggestions for habitats, let me know in the comments. But it's just going to be seeing what I can do. And hopefully I'll be getting these episodes out quicker, because they don't require as much editing. Because with After Paddock, I had to research, record a script, I had to film, I had to put the quotes in. So, yeah. So anyways, on screen what else you see is me putting in a couple of restaurants. I believe it was like a beef place and water, because you're in the desert and water is. I remember seeing this one quote at the Kansas City Zoo in one of their bathrooms. It was like, water is like gold out here, and this was in the Australian area. It's like, water is like gold out here, conserve it. And it was just above the sink. So, but want to have a water station because you're in the desert. Got some pronghorn statues, kind of trying to figure out the centerpiece and align that path. Again, I gotta work on that. But yeah, it's just mainly supposed to be like a big safari center. It's not going to be centralistic on one area. So you got your burger place, fresh beef. There you go. Gotta hire the staff. Get all the caretakers, mechanics, vets, and zookeepers, and extra vendors. So yeah. So now we're moving on to the first habitat, and we are doing Hoofstock Paddock. So I thought it'd be something simple, get a variety of animals, and this will also serve as our holding area. So if we want to make like an African-centered area or a Sonora Desert or Great Plains-centered area, we can hold some of the animals here before moving them to the next. And this portion of the zoo is kind of based off of a little concept sketch. I'll put it on screen. But yeah, trying to see how close I could make it to the actual sketch. Just what I want to put. You'll see the big habitat, the corrals, the petting zoo. So yeah. So right here we're making the you got the big Hoofstock Paddock, and you got the petting zoo. Got a little plaza right here, so and then want to have like areas where you can see different like angles. This is a more secluded one. I don't think I put anything in it in this episode, but it is it's for animals that need more privacy. This pen right next to it that I'm building is the corral, or the arena. It was going to be for camel rides, if you wanted to do horse riding. This is a corral for animals that don't quite get along with the others. So, and it was at about this time that I realized I didn't have much room, and I also had to check. I need to make sure that all the animals have enough space. So we kind of modified based on the concept, and we extended the arena so that you'd have the arena area, and then you would have more of the animals' habitat. And then we just built one big corral rather than two, and getting some problems trying to make it as circular as I can. Connecting everything, all that. So yeah, also there are some mods used in this. I get my mods off of Nexus. So I use like a Nubian goat. I'm waiting for the Safari mod to be updated for the 1.8 update, because it has so many animals from Africa, like oryx and other hoofstock primates, that I really enjoyed using until the update. So waiting for all those, and then we'll definitely be including them in the mod. I don't think I downloaded anything that was included in the Safari pack, but yeah, what I do have is Nubian goats in this, and I've also downloaded like a Moor leopard, the flamingo pack, which you'll see here. Anyway, so this is going to be the big barn area. Just big barn. Animals need to get out of the heat. Also, it provides some privacy. Thought it'd be nice to have a little mud wall. Got the little fencing corrals. And then on the inside, I want to separate it. That way, if we need to separate out an animal, then, excuse me, if we need to separate out an animal, they'll have their own little private area. Alright? So, building up all the walls, allowing some airflow, so the animals won't see each other, but I still allow some airflow. Putting all the hay in there. And And then I was thinking of putting 2, but then I thought, no, that's going to take up too much of the space. So now we put in the enrichment, put in some food barrels, rubbing posts, all that, some rubbing trees, mud wallows, all that stuff to make the animals happy. And also, I decided to make all of these habitats, or all these barns and stables custom built. So I think that the design looks pretty good. I really like that wooden plank idea, because it allows for some airflow, and then also put in the coolers in there so that the animals are actually cool. So yeah, put another one there, shrink that one so that it can better fit into the petting zoo area, the walkthrough. The walkthrough is going to have like goats and tortoises and all that. Just animals that people can come up, they can walk through, they can pet them. Kind of shortening it so that, people aren't walking right through the animal stables. And yeah. Also, I had to make sure all the coolers, they work. So, adding the main path, connecting everything. So, what are some animals that I wanted to do? I know I'm going to be doing a Sonora desert area. Hoping for the channel, I'm hoping to put in, someday get out to Arizona to film the zoos there. Speaking of which, we do have, I don't know if it'll be out by the time I post this, but I will be having another episode of Beck Trek. So, and I have a bunch of other content planned, so yeah, Afterpoke Zoo is coming back as well. Anyways, we're putting in a bunch of desert. I wanted to put in desert trees and also some green trees. Just so I could provide more shade. So, it's not really accurate. Then we'll just say that, we imported the trees so that they could provide more shade. But I mainly try to do cactus and desert trees using the filters. So, yeah. Put in a little garden, make the place look nice. I'm also trying to get used to building actual zoos and stuff that are filled with plants and rocks. So now we're getting all the animals. We're getting the tortoises, some bison, camels, wildebeest, a bongo. We're getting some ostriches, warthog. I'm getting some fallow deer. This is actually the first time that I'm using fallow deer. Got some peafowl, llama. Goats, gonna get plenty of goats. Pronghorns, I think those might become the staple of Kingsnake Canyon. So, yeah, so we're just starting to unload all the animals, get, the corral's gonna be reserved for, I got a bison and, an African buffalo, and then most of the hoof stock are gonna be in the big paddock. All the goats go into there, so, the peafowl are also going into the petting zoo, and we have our first tortoises. So, yeah, look at them all go. And, yep, first animal to arrive in the big paddock is the pronghorn. So, got some fallow deer, the ostrich, some black wildebeest, goats have arrived. This is my first time seeing the Nubian goat mod, too, so I think it looks pretty good. Zebra, got the peafowl, and also just, making sure, checking all the animals are feeling alright in their habitat. So, adding the donation boxes, and also adding all the guest conveniences. All the little services for the guests, the benches, trash cans. Adding a lot of trash cans to keep the zoo clean. I used to work at the Kansas City Zoo on the grounds team, and they had trash cans everywhere. Keep that zoo clean. Downside was that there were sometimes bees in there, but they never stung me, so. Adding all the info signs. Some of them didn't have power, so I don't know if I fixed that in this episode. So, yeah. So just checking up. Oh yeah, I also got a caribou and some animals, but some of them didn't really work out in this heat. So, I don't think that... I think I ended up getting rid of the caribou, or the reindeer, just because it didn't acclimate well. I will be bringing back reindeer, hopefully. See if I can put a polar area in the desert. And yeah, now that Kingsnake Canyon is open, bringing in the guests, they're going across the bridge, they're coming in, and I noticed that the building was actually pretty hot, so cool it down to about 50 degrees. And yeah, guests are they're seeing all the animals. Increasing the price a little, I gotta pay for everything. So with that, I think we're done here. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you have any suggestions for this or other series, please let me know in the comments. And follow us on all our other social platforms. You can get updates on series by following us on Twitter and other platforms similar to. I'll be putting the link tree in the description below, so it'll direct you. So whatever you use, whether you use the big tech, you use alternate platforms, we have a purpose on all those. Hopefully putting exclusive content on some of them here in the future. So hope you enjoyed, and remember, always be prepared, do good daily, and love nature, for your life is a canvas and you have the brush. Auf Wiedersehen!